Hey Doom fans, Alex here. Welcome to Scythe 2, Map 28, Nightmare. What to say about this one, except that it is the opposite of a nightmare. It's actually a dream come true. BFG 9000, slaughter map where you get to kill everything and anything that you want. It's probably one of the most fun maps that you can have. And I'm just going to kind of let it play out for a few minutes. And I die. So, shame I kind of ended it there. I had a pretty good run, but yeah, you want to take out all these Revenants, of course. You really get to see statistically how many of their missiles are heat-seeking and how many aren't. But can we just talk about this MIDI for a second? I looked it up, but I believe it's called Wanderlust. And the original version, if you want to look it up, in my opinion, actually sounds better than the one in Scythe 2, which is saying something because this one is really, really catchy. So I definitely recommend checking that one out. That one actually has, the original has vocals. And so it's actually pretty good. And I think it would fit thematically here. Okay, so a couple words about these last three maps. They were released at least a year, I think, after the first 27, because Afterlife 2 was intended to be the finale. Eric Alm was just intending to write and publish 27 maps, but I think he finally, a couple years after the fact, published 3 more maps to end the set. And so these maps are different. I would say this one is just different by the nature of it being kind of a slaughter map. But you can definitely see some changes. For one, that lava pit right there damaged me. And so in the Hell episode, he was kind of inconsistent about that, right? I'm sure most people would argue that you shouldn't be damaged by the lava floors, or at least it should be consistent. The other thing I'm going to go ahead and say is that Map 29 is a drag, and I've officially decided to not play through that map in Scythe 2. At the very least, there are actual issues with the map design, making it not impossible to complete, but there are just flaws with it. Also, it's not fun. And I play this game to have fun. And quite honestly, I maybe beat it one time, save scummed a bit. Not that I couldn't beat it eventually and find its tricks, it's just not really enjoyable. It's kind of an ammo conservation puzzle, but it's also kind of bland map design. I don't know. Honestly, it just kind of feels like filler, so I'm going to kind of skip that and go right into map 30, which I'm super looking forward to. Not to spoil anything, but it has to be like one of my favorite conclusions. I hate Icon of Sin. Most people do. It was a horrible gag when it was developed in Doom 2, but... Alright, we have the duo of demons here. Doesn't matter how much health you end up with, just go ahead and shoot them away, because we have a Megasphere. And when you get the Megasphere, here's what happens. You have a couple Archviles that spawn in, which I forget about. Yay! You have a bunch of evil Marine dudes. And you have a plethora of Hell Knights. Die, Archie, die. Okay. That Aphrit, by the way, is really, really annoying, and I'm going to show you a secret that'll allow you to take care of it. So I actually recorded the gameplay for this shortly after Afterlife 2, but I'm publishing it after the fact because I'm doing the voiceover. My Yeti microphone is really bothering me at this point. I cannot, for the life of me, figure out why it works sometimes, but not others. And what I mean by that is, when I plug in the microphone, I see a red dot from the microphone indicating, hey, you're turned on and ready to go. But my MacBook does not recognize it in the sound settings. It just doesn't recognize it sometimes. And so I don't understand why it shows up sometimes but not others and all that stuff. Originally you're supposed to install something called Logitech G-Hub, which is really, really stupid, and I actually uninstalled it and the microphone worked, but then it didn't register, so very inconsistent. I just decided, because I couldn't get it to work consistently, I'm recording it now and kind of editing the decibel level to somewhat match the background noise. The other thing is I actually took a bit of a vacation last week to Orlando. Oh, hi Tubby. Yeah, I did go to Disney World. I'm going to be honest, I know that Disney is supposed to be the most magical place on Earth, and I've certainly been before, but it just made me more sad than I was originally. I don't think Disney is designed for people to go by themselves. Then I had a friend tell me that one of his friends actually does that a lot, and she has a pass and everything like that. And I do think that certain aspects maybe could be soloed, like for example Epcot. I've never done that before, but I've heard good things. I ended up doing Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, and both were good, don't get me wrong. I love the rides, I love the experiences. I went kind of at the perfect time of year around Thanksgiving because you don't have the hordes of people that visit during Christmas from all over the world. But I don't know. It didn't feel really special to me, and I had a bunch of stuff on my mind. Also, can we talk about the collision dynamics there? Ugh. That's one of the things I wanted to say about the Aphrit. And I might as well say it about the Aphrit because we're about to tackle a lot of them right now. When you fight the Aphrits, I don't know. Either make sure that they're close to a wall that they could just collide into. Otherwise, when you use the rocket launcher or the BFG, this is going to happen. Yeah, they just fly all the way across the map. And you're not going to be able to strike them, like, several times in a row, but they're certainly going to be able to strike you. You don't have heat-seeking missiles. Oh, jeez. Those heat-seeking missiles are actually really impressive. I could insert a joke about drone strikes, but I think I'm gonna hold off. Also, I'm gonna kind of assume that hardly anyone is gonna watch this, so I'm gonna say kind of whatever I want. And one thing I kind of wanted to get off my chest. So today's December 1st, which just so happens to be my birthday, which is fine and whatever. For me, I never really celebrated my birthday growing up. I went through a lot of, we'll say, depressing stuff, and I just never really valued myself enough to feel that I deserved a day to celebrate me. Then I got into college, and then I learned to appreciate the alone time with myself and the individuality. And so I didn't really celebrate it in the same way that everybody else did. Oh, I forgot Cyber Demon's alive. Okay. But anyway, it's just such a kind of an off-putting tradition, and it's on social media, and everybody always says happy birthday, but you don't know half the people that even say that to you. And then the other half, it's not really even meaningful. Like, how often on your birthday, how often do you get a message from someone that's like, hey, happy birthday, wanted you to know that I really value you in my life, and I think that, you know, you're a great person, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Or something like that, you know? Usually it's just happy birthday, or I didn't know it was your birthday. And it's just this social norm that we have to acknowledge it. Kind of like when you see someone pass by, and the convention is to say, how's it going? Even though you actually, most of the time, don't care. Or during the work week, if it's like, oh, how was your weekend? I've been guilty of this too, where I don't actually care, but it's just the right thing to say. I'm still kind of learning what the social norms are. All that is to say, I don't necessarily need people saying, oh, you know, I really value you in my life. I'm not looking for that necessarily, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of a waste of breath, and it almost feels like a waste of my time to just have people say, you know, happy birthday, because then I feel obligated to respond, thank you. Even though I don't really know what I'm thanking them for. I will say I am feeling a tiny bit lonely tonight, which is, you know, which is kind of on me. I went to Costco and I bought a Costco cake. I also got like 3 slices of pizza. But it's making me kind of reflect on if I'm living my life to the fullest, if I'm doing what I really love doing, if my potential is better utilized everywhere. And I have all these thoughts that I need to sit down and think about, but right now I don't have the time to think about those. Which is actually kind of sad. Okay, so since we got the Megasphere, we're not gonna get that, but we are gonna apparently get tanked by this Archvile. That's insane. We had 200% health. Now we have 80. We had to have gotten zapped twice, right? Die, potato, die. That reminds me, isn't it ASDF Comics? Is that the one that has the meme about the potato? I forget. But some of the best comics out there, so. Am I about to waste a BFG shot on this Lost Soul? Yep. Actually, several. Alright, now we're going to recover some health. This section is always a little interesting now that I'm like commentating on it after I beat it. You can really cheese the fight by just running away, killing the Archviles. That's like the most difficult part, and then who cares about, you know, the cyber demons here or any other monsters that spawn in? They're locked away in kind of that chamber, and while they can come out, like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a low part of the map. If this map even had one. Oh, here's a switch. I wonder what that's gonna do. A couple Archviles that you can just kind of avoid. I say that, but then Archviles are always dangerous. Especially when placed appropriately. How did it tank that many hits from my big freaking gun? Okay. Nonetheless, what that switch did was it essentially opened that door. We have another Scythe. We're actually almost done with the level, though. One more kind of scary part. And I do something that I'm actually going to repeat if I choose to play this map in the future, which I definitely will. Those Mancubi, which are super annoying, you want them to infight with the Cyber Demon. Because you want the Cyber Demon just to honestly take them out. And you want the Cyber Demon distracted. It takes a little bit longer than usual, but... Alright, here we go. Deep breath. Potatoes and tomatoes. Obviously the potatoes need to die first. This is absolutely insane. You are given enough health to deal with it. Even though it looks like we're almost out of health, there is a Mega Sphere. And I think this is like the perfect metaphor for the Hell episode. There's essentially red in the form of lost souls everywhere. The red background as far as the sky goes. The Aphrits shooting red ammunition. I don't know. It's just good design. Alright, and then I think I end up hiding away a little bit and gradually taking them off. Oh, I forgot about that Soul Sphere. Alright, come on. Cyber Demon's still alive? Yeah, I guess in theory it is possible to run out of ammunition. Typically, I run out of ammunition whenever I try to beat that one Aphrit that we telefragged. I didn't know about the secret until maybe a couple of weeks ago. But otherwise, it's very difficult to run out. Alright, at this point it's just kind of cleanup duty, but still important because any of these monsters completely, like, one-shots you. Thankfully you can kind of hide in the underpinnings of the castle. Oh boy. And I'm trying to get the Aphrit to come to me. Okay, finally. I think we just have one more left. Cyber Demon, right? I don't know how he's still alive, but nonetheless, one shot takes him out. And I think we're done. See, look at how much extra ammunition they give you. Alrighty, and that is the level. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you all in map 30. Have a great rest of your day.